So I'm really excited to share with you this sequence of Yin Yoga today. So with today's practice, we're going to be focusing on releasing two emotions that we might find are blocked in our meridian pathways. So we're going to be looking at anxiety, which is held usually in our gallbladder, and our other one is fear around change, which is held in the meridian pairs, which is our bladder and also our kidneys. So our bladder is our excreting one, our yang organ, whereas our kidneys is nourishing, so that is our yin organ. But both of those we will find, if the emotion of fear around change, that is where it will be held in. And those two are actually like our winter. That's when we focus on that emotion, is definitely around winter time. So we will go through a relaxation, then we'll move into 3 different yin shapes, and then we'll finish with a shavasana. Now, you'll need with you a block. You will also need either a bolster, or you can use lots of blankets rolled up. If you don't have a bolster, that's the other alternative. And then you'll need several smaller blankets rolled up as well. Now, in wintertime, I do like to put a blanket out on my mat because of the cold from the floor, because with Yin Yoga, we do hold the poses and shapes for sort of 3 to 5 minutes, and we don't want our body feeling the cold and getting cold. So we want to try and stay as warm as possible. So first thing we will do is we'll do 2 clearing breaths and release any stress or tension that we're holding on to, and then we'll move into 5 rounds of meditative relaxation breaths as well. You can either be lying or sitting, up to you, wherever you feel comfortable. So closing down your eyes, bring your attention to your breath. Your breath is like an anchor. When you start to overthink, you just bring your focus back to your breath. Back to that calming, stable, connecting thing that's always available. Take a big breath in, filling up your stomach, chest, and all the way up to your neck. Hold and release through your mouth with a big sigh, releasing out all the tension and stress. And again, breathing in, hold, and release out through your mouth with a big sigh. Now we're going to do 5 rounds. I will guide you through the first 3 rounds, and then you can just do the other 2 rounds on your own. So taking a breath in to the count of 3, and then we'll hold on the 4th, and then we'll release back out. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, hold, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, hold, out, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, hold, and out, 3, 2, 1. And do the next 2 cycles on your own. And now you can set your intention. Your intention is a seed that you plant to bring about transformation and healing. It's in a positive statement in the present tense. It's an I am statement. So you might like to use I am enough, I am well rested, then bring your attention back into the room and opening back up your eyes. So now we'll move into our first shape, which is our waterfall shape. And there's two versions that we can do with this shape. So you'll need your bolster or your roll of blankets. And I've got a blanket for underneath my head. Remember, if you'd like to put down a blanket on your mat, you can do that as well. And then I'm going to go down onto my blanket and I'm going to pull my bolster underneath my hips. And I'm going to just start by resting down onto my bolster, relaxing and taking nice, long, deep breath and sending the breath down to my hip area. Then slowly, if you would like, you can take your feet up into the air to allow your hips to go down into the bolster. If you'd prefer to keep your feet on the ground, that is fine as well. You're going to get the same benefit. So we are focusing on our gallbladder and that inability to change. Also, the extra benefit is also the blood flow. So releasing our blood flow down, especially if you've been on your feet all day. This is such a great shape to allow the blood to come back down into our vital organs. So closing down your eyes, allowing your shoulders to relax, your face to relax. And if you place your tongue on the roof of your mouth, it'll force your jaw to also relax. And we'll stay in this shape for about another 3 minutes. And take 3 more breaths in your waterfall shape or bridge shape. And bringing your feet down, and you'll move into a recoil. So you'll place your bolster underneath your knees and then arms out to the side in your Shavasana pose. And then closing down your eyes and allowing the meridian pathways of our gallbladder and our kidneys to open up and release any of that fear that you may be holding on to. And take 3 more breaths in your supported Shavasana. And rolling onto your side and pushing yourself up for your recoil pigeon. So with our recoil pigeon, it's targeting our gallbladder, and our gallbladder actually helps to release any anxiety that we might be holding on to. So using your bolster, again, you're going to be going onto your bolster. You might need to move your blanket in a little bit, and you're going have it underneath your hips, and then you're going to be taking your left leg up first onto your right, and then holding onto your leg. Now, if that is too strong a sensation in your lower back here, 2 things you can do. One is put in another blanket, so you've got more support, or the other thing is just to take your bolster down and just take your leg up onto your bolster instead. So your leg is supporting you, and you can do it that way instead. You can get your foot there and have your leg. So up to you, depending on the sensation in your spine, your lower spine, lower back area, hip area. So this is a great shape for releasing our sciatica nerve. It's also really great because we hold a lot of tension and stress in our hip area, so as women, and our bottom, and so this helps to also release that area. So closing down your eyes, allowing your shoulders to relax away from your ears, using your tongue on the roof of your mouth to relax down your jaw and face. And take 3 more breaths in the shape. And then we'll move into our recoil, and the same recoil will move the bolster down, so it's a supported Shavasana, and allowing now our gallbladder and the chi energy to flow from there and release any anxiety we might be experiencing. And take 3 more breaths in the shape. Before changing to the opposite side. So bringing your bolster up And taking your right leg this time onto your left leg, holding onto your left leg with your hands and releasing down. Or otherwise, like I said before, you can change and have your feet down on the ground or supported onto the bolster. So make sure there's no gap underneath your back and bolster as well, that it's feeling nice and supported. And take 3 more breaths in the shape. And then releasing back down into your supported Shavasana with your knees over your bolster. Take 3 more breaths in the shape. And rolling onto your side and pushing yourself up for our final shape, which is our melting heart. This is such a beautiful pose, and it's used pretty much all throughout the year. So again, this one's working on our bladder and our kidney area, which we focus on in winter, and so it's helping to release that fear around change. So you'll need your block, and with your bolster supported, you place your block. Now it can either be down low or you can put it up a little bit higher. Then depending if you'd like blankets there, you can have several blankets, and then you're sitting on your legs. And you're going to then release down and allowing your heart to go around the bolsters, your arms to go through the middle, and then releasing down. Now the other thing that you can do, you can put a blanket underneath your legs if you'd like to sit down on as well. Basically with Yin Yoga though, we want to be as comfortable and as relaxed as we possibly can. Like they say, so it's like getting into a hot bath and you're just relaxing into that hot bath. So that's how I want you to think about it when you're going into the shapes. Now, halfway through, I'll give you a warning so that you can change your heads and even out your neck. And so turn your head to the other side to even out your neck. And take 3 more breaths in the shape. And then make your way down into your Shavasana with your blankets to cover yourself, to keep yourself warm and comfortable. And closing down your eyes and going within and tuning back into your breath. And take your awareness to your arms, legs. Are they feeling heavy and relaxed? Take your awareness to your face. Allow any tension to be released. Your jaw to relax. And your shoulders to drop. And slowly float your awareness back to your body. Your body is relaxed. All the stress and tension has been released. Bring your awareness to where you are in the room. Visualize the parts of the room around you. Bring your awareness to how you feel, how your chest is moving up and down with each breath. The weight of the blanket that's on top of you, keeping you nice and warm. And then slowly bring some movement back into your hands and your feet, and you might like to wiggle them to wake them up. And when you're ready, rolling on to your most preferred side in a fetal position. And while you're in the fetal position, just imagine that comfortable position when you were a baby. And when you're ready, push yourself up into a seated position with your eye gaze lowered and your chin tucked towards your chest. And state your intention that you stated at the start of the practice. And push yourself up into a seated position with your eye gaze lowered and your chin tucked into your chest. And now state your intention 3 times to yourself. And bring your hands to your heart center. You're going to leave the practice with a kind heart. And bring your hands to your lips. And you're going to leave this practice with kind words. And bring your hands to your third eye between your 2 eyebrows. And you're going to leave with kind thoughts. And we'll seal this practice with a namaste altogether. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you're feeling calmer and more relaxed.